Hey noobs, how you doing today? This is probably the most annoying gauntlet challenge I've faced this year. I hope you have the same opinion about it. There is a combination of Jabari, Heimdall and Cassie Lang, and plus there are two new fights, Tigra and NorthStar. But don't worry, we will jump into this and we will discuss both the paths, the objectives, what is the best strategy, and what kind of champions you should use to get the most number of points. This is MCOC Noob, your one-stop shop for all of your MCOC related guides and content. Now, what is at stake? You have total 8 points you can get from here. And trust me, if you have missed the deathless point, every point counts for you, so you can get all the rewards here. Now here how it works. You get 2 points for completing each, 1 point each for completing each path, that's 2. You get another point for using a non-saga team, and then another point for using a saga team. The same is for metal tag team and a villain tag team. And if that wasn't enough, there you have to take your team composition with a science, cosmic and skill champion only. That gives you 1 point, and then there's another point for a team composition of mystic, mutant and tech. Sounds like a lot, right? But don't worry, let me break it down for you. Now we are going to attempt the left part today. As you notice, the Tigra fight, I would say bring in your saga champions. Those are the important ones here because most of your saga champions are size, cosmic and skill, and you can easily use them here. And you can also choose only villains, but for the purpose of this video, I am not going to use any kind of deathless champion because quite a few people don't have them. Otherwise, you can just make it a villain team and you can get 4 points with one path. Now jumping on to the Tigra fight, do not bring in any champion that is going to be immune to rupture or buff immune or neutralize immune because you will take a lot of damage. You will also be rooted whenever Tigra will throw a special attack. So the best cheese option is going to be Silk. Just get to an SP2, throw that out, let her throw an SP1. You can easily evade that. If you're not able to evade that, do some practice and you should be good. And if in the event you push her to an SP2, your auto evade always helps you. So pretty simple and straightforward fight. This fight is simple because Silk is like the best champion for this fight. Other options I've given you on the right side, but if you have a Silk, bring it for the cheese. Remember that you will need a 7-star to open the gate, so be wary about that. And the way this works, that you need a Spidey 2099 relic. So whenever you will try to evade Tigra, your dex does not register as a buff. When there is no buff, even if you have a neutralize on you, you will not get the rupture damage on you, and you can literally finish this fight with 100% HP just like I am. All other champions might struggle, or you can use some other Spidey champions with Spidey 2099 relic, Spider Realm champions, but Silk is by far the best. Other options are there. I've seen this fight being done with Void. I've seen with Count Neferi as well, so all of those champions also work. So here we are, first fight is down, moving on to the next one. Now next one is going to be against a Prowler. Now we have done this fight before. This fight is all about managing his miss and alternating your specials. Because his miss chance is going to like really put you off after his special attacks, and also if you don't alternate your specials, that's gonna give him an Aegis, and you won't be able to do any kind of damage to him. So be careful about that, and you should be able to get through this fight relatively easily. Now I made a mistake here in the beginning. I did not throw my SP1 first with Serpent, so I get that anti-miss on me, but I learned my lesson, and after that I got the anti-miss on me. I was just going in, throwing my SP2, then SP1 and alternating that. If you notice, just underneath my health bar, there is an icon with 1. It means the previous special I used was a special 1. So now I have to use a special 2. If you look on Prowler's health bar, underneath that, there is an Aegis with a cooldown. So to remove that Aegis, I have to get to an SP2 and throw that out, and I should be able to remove it from Prowler. I don't need to worry about the miss from Prowler because I can just I will just have that anti-miss buff on me, vigilance, and I should be good there. So eventually this fight all becomes of just alternating your SP2 and SP1, and you get through it quite easily. So Serpent is a complete cheese for this fight, so if you have him, bring him along. I am using boosts here. I'm using a 20% boost for attack and health. again a 20% health boost, and then a 15% boost on attack as well. Those are easily available now, so I'm sure if you have them, use them so you can finish off faster. My serpent is also only a rank 2, so if you have a rank 3 serpent, you're gonna have the time of your life during this fight. So again, the fight doesn't really eventually become that difficult or annoys you. If you still want to know the nodes are powerless, power extortion, you can't see me, resonating ages, plagued mind, and energy convert. So I've explained you literally everything that is there for this fight. Just an anti-miss champion alternating special should be good. Serpent is also, I think, immune to power drain, so that also helps to alternate your specials quick. So if you use another champion, just be wary about that. Some other options I've given you, they are mostly your anti-miss options and they should work. There is your Spidey 20, there is your Stealth Spidey, there's also your Thanos there's also Quicksilver. I think around 300 or 600 momentum he goes immune to miss, that can work. Jabari Panther is another one. So yeah, once you have that miss counter, the fight becomes a lot easier to manage. Then you just have to alternate your specials. Just keep an eye on the icon just underneath your health bar, the orange one. If it says 1, it means that you use special 1 the last one, so you have to throw a SP2 now. If it says 2, then you have to use a special 1 on the next one. So right now the icon has changed to 2, so I have to throw an SP1. Now Prowler specials are not really difficult to evade, so you can easily get through them. Again, this is a cheese option, so if you have a silk and if you have a serpent, you should be able to get through this path quite easily. Again, I am not going to use any deathless champions, but if I had to bring in deathless champions, I would bring a deathless She-Hulk and get the villain objective as well here, because She-Hulk can do the same fights Silk is doing, but Silk is much easier to deal with. Next one is going to be that annoying Heimdall. This will be there when we do the right path as well. So with Heimdall versus Silk, it's again pretty straightforward. One thing that you have a cushion here, that if you accidentally push Heimdall to an SP2, you should be fine. You are able to auto evade that. Second one is going to be the amount of damage that you do on your SP2 is crazy, and you knock down the opponent straight away and you do big chunks of damage. Just look at that. So you really don't have to worry about interrupting his specials, because you apply a slow naturally. When you apply a slow naturally, you can knock down Heimdall and not worry about that unstoppable that stops Heimdall from going down. So just here, I have my striker ready. 2 hits into a striker with 2 furies. Heavy attack into an SP2, and look at that damage. 325,000. He's down to 47%. Now Silk really makes it an easy mode. The nodes are going to be Imperial Defiance, Assault Battery, Brace for Impact, Cold Feet, and Heavy Hitter with Matador. So the only thing you need to worry about is you gaining power. The only way you will gain power is when Heimdall will use the special attack, which is okay. You gain special attack faster this way. Just get to SP2 and throw that out. And if you have a striker, then go into a heavy, cancel it, and then again into a heavy, get those 2 furies up for extra damage, and through an SP2 you will be taking out Heimdall like it's nothing. So here we are, almost done. 2 bars of power ready, striker almost ready, 5-hit combo into heavy, into striker, again stacking up all of those physical vulnerabilities, and here's an SP2, and boom, he is dead. So yeah, the keys for that fight is one is Silk and one is Guardian. And just like that, we are on the final fight of NorthStar within 9 minutes. Now this is a new fight. The nodes are going to be Fist of NorthStar, Power Shield, Bubble Shield, Unnatural Selection, Insurance Policy, and Powerful. So you cannot power drain him, and again, whenever you are going to block a hit, you are going to get a Bubble Shield charge on yourself. Once you have 10 of them, the 11th time you block NorthStar, that is going to be unblockable, so you need to keep an eye on that. There's also Power Shield, so he will only take damage from your special attacks. Your basic attacks will not do anything. Now there is another node that says Unnatural Selection, so the only way you are allowed to use your special is either when you are dashing or you are punishing his special attacks. So I like to go in and dash in before I use my special attack to take out NorthStar. So I'm trying to keep him to an SP1 only, because it becomes his SP2 is really hard to kind of evade, and then he does quite a bit of damage on that, and because of his power efficiency he can throw back-to-back SP2s, and that is very painful. So keep him to an SP1. The good part about Serpent is if you spam that SP1s, you can easily counter the miss. So after NorthStar finishes a special attack, he goes untouchable, but we don't take care about that because we have the anti-miss mechanism, and Serpent ends up cheesing NorthStar quite easily. You just have to be wary about keeping him to an SP1 only, and you are good to go from there. Just spam your SP1s and you should be able to take out NorthStar relatively easy in the end. I did push him to an SP2. This is going to be a problem, so I am going to try and evade that SP2, the beams from it, but I would not suggest you to push NorthStar to an SP2. Yeah, and that's about it for this fight, guys. Just bring an anti-miss champion and spam your specials and let the power shield do the trick. Keep an eye on the bubble shield at 10 charges. Make sure you evade the next hit so you don't get caught unblockable, and keep NorthStar to an SP1 and you should be able to get through this fight. I've given you quite a few options. Now I haven't tried all of them, let me be clear, but anti-miss champions are there that are also Saga, and they are also part of the Mystic, sorry, there's also part of the Cosmic and Science and Skill, so they should be able to get you all the objectives as well. So keep an eye on that. I've seen this fight being done with Titania as well, so that really works too. Count Nefaria should also get this fight done, so you can use him as well. So the choice is up to you. I just went with Serpent and Silk. They just destroyed the path with me, so if you want to copy the same, you can do that, and let me know in the comment section how it go, and I'll be back with the right path, and we are going to attempt the Tech, Mutant, and the 6th class, whatever it is. We're going to attempt that with Metal, and we are going to also do non-Saga champions here because I think the fights on the right side are more conducive to those fights. And here we are, just at the end of it. We threw an SP2, some good damage, and NorthStar is going down. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found this cheese really helpful. You will need Silk and you will need Serpent, and that you should be able to get through this fight, through this gauntlet quite easily in the end. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for the right path. Have a good day, guys. Bye.